Push the weight and I'm flexing. Flex the live is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar.
Monkey Tuesday!
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's do this roll call because I want to get to this work. Dirt Gang Boss, Columbia, the CDB, G. McCall, Mark Hairston, Vincent Williams, Stormy in here with everything. Rick Blackwell, Nada 86, Todd Swindle, True Boxing Night in the building. HMC, my brother 1D, Steve L. the Mac, Main Biker, J Man, Judah, what's up? What's going on? Marcus Walls, Big Brother in Life. MJ in the building. Tay Tay, good morning. Bernard Gilbert, Del Riff, Lost from the Jungle, Delano, Jay from Round the Way. Come on in, smash the like button, hype the video, share our content. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel to do anything for us. You understand? Let's get right to it. Tony C, salute my brother. What's going on? Let's get right to it. I need to know, Steve-O, what up? I need to know why there's no Eliminator at 140. Here's what I want y'all to do. This is a challenge for everybody. Believe it or not, everybody on this meme that I have walking around has a fan base. I think the person with the least fan base is Richards and Hitchens. All right. But I'm not really trying to like joke around or drag anybody today unless somebody comes in here and tries to be funny. What I'm asking for is not it's not unreasonable. And I'm sick of you fanatics protecting your guy with ridiculous excuses. All right. What you have here is 6 names that are at the top of the food chain in that division. And we need to be working on one face, one name, and 140 could be busy for the rest of the year with an eliminator. And there's no reason for this not to be happening, and there's no reason why the people who watch boxing shouldn't be forcing this issue. My brother Jeff Spark in the building, always supporting. Salute to you, good brother. So this isn't unreasonable, and I'm not firing personal shots at anybody on this page. I don't have a problem as far as boxing is concerned with anyone's with anyone on this meme right here. I just need them to what? Get active. Now at 140, active squad is at the top of the food chain. Do you see Connor Ben on this page? Star City J, salute. Do you see Connor Ben on this page? 2 reasons you don't see Connor Ben on this page. Because number 1, he hasn't done anything. That's number 1. Number 2, he's a weight north. So I don't understand why Shakur, although he did a really good thing over the weekend, and I appreciate that because I don't like Teofimo Lopez. I didn't like that. Furthermore, we were told that the winner between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur was going to call out Devin. None of that happened. Devin was brought in. Devin was brought in to do some commentating at the weigh-in, and Tiger Johnson's trying to make a name for himself. That didn't work out. He has the wrong type of buzz around his name right now. It's actually very unprofessional, and on a professional level, it's just not there. It's unprofessional, and on a personal street level, for all of you super thugs that are into that negative knuckle dragging nonsense, he was embarrassed. 2 L's in one day. So you might have lost some business behind that. And if you care about street cred, never mind the fact that you're on your way to being $1 million athlete, you look stupid in the street. And especially now at this point, and this is just a sidebar, I'm saying the same thing about Tiger Johnson. What has he done to deserve a Devin Haney fight? What, pick the fight with his younger brother and then get beat up by his 16-year-old friends and then try to continue to fight on the way out the building and got stomped out again? What, Devin's supposed to stop what he's doing and give you a payday because you and Sean got beef? Man, get out of here. You haven't done anything. Just keep working on your craft. So there goes that. But Devin is a welterweight. These are junior welterweights, so I need y'all to focus on this. Cortez, salute. Rod Neal in the building, salute. I need y'all to keep your eyes on the prize. That's what we say. You got some talented fighters right here. I need an eliminator because I need to know who's the man to emerge from this. Right here, what you're looking at is at least 4 fights to keep the year busy. And everybody will be what? Working. What the problem is with boxing is everyone's jockeying the position to try and jump the line to get a mega fight. They want to jump the line to get a mega fight. That's the business part that makes me sick. But nobody's earning anything. Now, you want to say Shakur earned it? Let me be very frank with you. I applaud Shakur, and I'm glad that he smoked Teofimo Lopez. I thought it'd be closer, but I'm very, very satisfied with the washing. But let's all be real. He was supposed to beat Teofimo because Teofimo was and always has been a poser. Teofimo Lopez has PTSD from what's going on in his household. He has PTSD. BVO salute. He has PTSD from what's going on in his household. He has PTSD from what's happening in the ring. People try to give him a pass and say, oh, well, he fights to the level of his competition. No. This is who he's been. He's just not as good as his contemporaries, which is why he ducked them for as long as he could. He played his position, and he made about 10 milli. He made about 10 milli. Lamont, what up? We game all night. Salute. Curtis, what up? He played to the level of his competition. He fought a contemporary, and we saw what happened. So the jig is up. It's over. I think he needs to retire. Don't even bother firing your father. You don't know nothing else. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. 88, what up? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's over for you. Retire, fire. Well, if you're going to continue, fire your dad, and you talking about going up to welterweight, going up there and get killed. Go up there and get killed. You got off light fighting Shakur. But if you go up to 147, go fight Brian Norman. Because I want to see you in the dirt. And I'm dead serious. That's a perfect get-back fight. My brother Oak Park in the building. DP, salute. Freedom's March in the building. Go up to fight Brian Norman Jr. That's what you do. It's over for you. You have PTSD because your wife running around with some dude looking like Ben Wallace. Then insult to injury. Your sister's getting dogged out by Kunta Kinte. All right. and then you're running around with monkey jokes and everything else, and you're high-fiving Ryan Garcia. It's over for you, bro. It's over for you. Get Teofimo Lopez out of here. He has PTSD. He's depressed. All right. When's the last time you had a knockout?
Give yourself time to reflect and appreciate how well you've done so far in your career?
No, not at all. I hate myself for it, but it's part of it. It's just part of the life.
You've got to appreciate it as well.
I don't appreciate it. That's why.
Oh, shit.
I don't. I think that I get butchered, and I think God punishes me a lot for it. So I'm just a punching bag.
Yeah, good. Did a video yesterday. Go watch it. I broke down Teofimo Lopez's entire career and why there's no sympathy for this dude. Get him out of here. Done. It's over for him. So now what's good is he's no longer an issue at 140, especially since he said if he's going to continue his career, he's going to go up to 147. So we ain't got to worry about him. So what we have here is 6 people who need to be mixing it up. And that's it. So now, let's get to the business. Right now, Shakur's top of the food chain. Fine. Fine. Who's second in command? I'd say it's his quote-unquote brother that had a brilliant performance on the undercard. Stop Jermaine Ortiz. No one's ever done that. Now, 2 directions Shakur could go. He could try and unify with Gary Anton Russell. I like that fight. Or he could fight Keyshawn Davis. Let me tell y'all Active Squad people something. Active Squad would also be them brothers sharing money and legacy amongst themselves. Look at it like this. If Keyshawn and Shakur mix it up and we get a classic, they're making money. We're talking about it. Shakur's giving him a shot at his belt immediately. And they're freezing everyone out because y'all kids are real big on that, right? Freezing each other out, not giving opportunities, hogging all the limelight, the money, and the titles for yourself. What better way than to sue your belts around Active Squad? What's going on with that? Mook, what up? What's going on with that? So give your brother a shot. Get a brother a shot. Give your brother Keyshawn a shot. Y'all not blood related. I'm not hearing that. And even being blood related goes but so far. Philip D in the building, salute. When you got the Charlos beefing with each other, it don't get no more blood related than that. They're twins. So what are we doing here? But if you don't want to fight your brother, go fight Gary Anton. That's a unification. The winner of that is unified. And then Keyshawn could pull up and fight Gary Anton. Why do I have to do all this thinking for the industry of boxing? Because it seems like Active Squad just wants to monopolize 140 and not fight each other. That's not boxing. I don't want to hear it. Copper, salute, brother. Curtis in that super chat, he says, great cook on Monkey Tuesday, man. Salute to you, brother. I'm on a job. I'm on a job. This is just boxing. This ain't no hate towards Active Squad, but y'all guys got to get active. And I think that Keyshawn will break that pact in a minute to fight Shakur if it means something. But if Shakur's not fighting Keyshawn, fine. Somebody got to go fight Gary Anton. That's just it. I don't want him fighting no Andy Ricora. You know what I'm saying? No, get out of here. You got top names. So they need to sort this out. Because you know what always happens? Somebody in that top 3 that's ranked in their division, somebody has a bad night and throws everything off. I don't need that. We don't want that. You have fire fights right here. Right here. But I'll come back to that. Dalton Smith and Isaac Cruz need to work that out. They need to fight. Isaac is interim. Dalton is the main champion. Fine. Holla at Eddie Hearn. Make that fight tomorrow because no one's checking for it. But work that out. I don't want to hear nothing about rankings and this can't happen because no. Put them in the ring. You need to put these guys in a bracket. Make them fight each other in all the way down to the last 2 men standing, and they need to mop the floor with each other. Prove you're the best. I don't want to hear, oh, that's my friend. No. Friends, this is boxing. Break bread. They're not blood related. Cut it out. Lada, salute. Cut it out. Dalton Smith and Isaac Cruz need to work this out. I want to know who wins between them. While that's happening, Richardson Hitchens is what? The IBF champion, right? Why isn't he fighting Gary Anton Russell? Why isn't he saying Gary Anton Russell's name? Because what I see at 140 is everybody's worrying about the wrong stuff. Because truth be told, no one should be calling out Devin Haney. And when we say Devin's the face of boxing, this is what I mean. Devin Haney means payday. And bragging rights if you can beat him. None of these cats on this page could beat him. I don't care what you say. If you disagree, work it out at 140. Xavier, what up? Work it out at 140. Clean up 140. The same argument I'm applying to Devin is the same argument that y'all applied to Mellow Yellow. More on him tomorrow. IROC, salute. J-Man, salute. That's tomorrow's show. If that kid decides, if he don't get no jail time and he decides to continue his career, he need to get in the mix with this. Remember all the arguments? Oh, why Mellow Yellow got to do everything? Why I got to do it? Well, Devin put out a list. Because he wants to do everything. Tank put out a fake list and didn't do anything. But he beat up a girl. Was this girl on that list? Were y'all going to pay for him versus that bottle chick on Amazon? I rest my case. But right now, these are junior welterweights. They got to work this out. And Devin Haney has nothing to do with this. Y'all should be jockeying for position. I'm going to clean this up and go to 147. And if Devin is still undefeated or whatever they got going on, I'm going to dominate there too. Because Devin put out a list before all of this happened, before all of this was shaping up. Devin put out a list, and your favorite fighter was on the list, exception of Richardson Hitchens. But they still pressed him. And he started tap dancing, copping pleas, and turned into a full orangutan in Brooklyn. Exactly, Rod Neal. And in 2026, we're not doing hypotheticals. We're not. Tank fans are the kings and or the king queens of hypotheticals. He could do everything and beat everybody, but when it comes to actually fighting them, it's all their fault. He's the A side. He got the most money. He has the greasiest body, the most tattoos, the best hair, and he whips everyone's ass, but he ain't got to do anything. These dudes is just, you guys, man.
What are you, a homo?
Every last one of you. That's why I don't respect you guys. You guys are trash clowns. You guys are homeless clowns. And at 140, we have an opportunity inside the square circle. Salute. We have an opportunity to see something great during 2026. I don't know why the sport of boxing isn't calling for this. Delano, you hear what I'm saying, right? None of these dudes should be talking about Devin Haney. You're at junior welterweight. Teach, what up? You're at junior welterweight. Clean this shit up. Why Devin got to do everything? He put out a list, though. But why he got to do everything? The Tank argument. Why he got to do everything? Well, this is what I'm saying. Why he got to do everything? Shout out to Brian Norman. As a matter of fact, whoever cleans this up, their first fight at welterweight should be Brian Norman. How about that? That's a rite of passage. Show me how good you are. We Game On Ice says people act like Shakur is going to get astronomical money to fight Keyshawn. I'd rather fight a man I'm not close with for more money. Keyshawn fight don't make sense at the moment. I mean, that's why I said Keyshawn is in the mix because he had an outstanding performance. So why can't he make the lateral move? Because he did something that no one did in stopping Jermaine Ortiz, right? Romero, salute. Why can't he fight Gary Antoine? That's for a belt. Watch this. Keyshawn versus Gary Antoine. That's for a belt. While that's happening, Richardson Hitchens versus Shakur. That's for unification. While that's happening, in the UK somewhere, Dalton Smith versus Isaac Cruz. This isn't hatred. This isn't hate on Active Squad. What this is my 80s mindset of boxing and cleaning it up to see who's the best out of all of these young men. That's all this is. I'm not talking about Keyshawn's behavior. I'm not talking about Shakur trying to learn Spanish. I'm not talking about Gary Antoine Russell just talking all over the place, not doing shit. I'm talking about Richardson Hitchens, tar baby face, dancing with Teofimo. I'm not talking about Dalton Smith and Cruz. As a matter of fact, I have nothing bad to say about Isaac Cruz or Dalton Smith. Go figure that. Mr. Shelton, salute. Mr. Tiptoe, Joe Townsend, David Scott III. In fact, Dalton Smith and Cruz are the only people I ain't got no like real anything crazy to say outside the ring. I like Isaac Cruz. I ain't got no problem with Dalton Smith. I'm just saying this right here, it just ended up that they have something to work out. And this could be a nice little tournament, and it'll be fast. You could take care of this tournament in the year. And with Turkey in the mix, this is easy to make, man. But here's what normally happens. When the money shows up, time, place, venue, money, when that's not a question, all of a sudden, somebody starts tap dancing. Now, let's play a game. If this happens the way I want it, which is nothing ever happens the way I want it, because the way I want it is the way it's supposed to be. Right? If we get a tournament at junior welterweight, who's the person that will is most likely to find an excuse not to participate? Put the name in the chat. Who's the person that is most likely to find a way out that bitch and not participate? Who? Just put the name in the chat. I want to see something. Oh my God. Yep. That's my opinion. Listen to the question, y'all. Who's the person that's most likely not to participate? One Deep says Shakur. I don't think at this level. I do think it's Africa. Miss Van Houder, good morning. I do think it's Africa. Julio the Don says Keyshawn. I don't know. If they try and force Keyshawn and Shakur, then yes. But if they move him around for a title shot, then I think I'm giving him credit. I think he would. But I think it's Africa. I think it'd be Africa. I think he'd find a way to move around. Because that's too much work. These kids avoid the work, bro. Again, this is why we was telling you, Devin's different. To y'all, he's different. To me, I'm used to that. Y'all call him a throwback. Y'all too young to know what a throwback fighter is. That's a term of endearment. That's a credit to him. Devin's doing what I want fighters to do. Devin had, all right, watch this. I'm a crown it right now, so maybe it'll make sense to y'all. He has a Lennox Lewis mentality. He has an Evander Holyfield heart. See that? Now, how did Mike Tyson compare to a Lennox Lewis mentality and an Evander Holyfield heart? He didn't. He lost to both of them. How many times you heard me compare Tank Davis to Mike Tyson? See? Remember when I said, hey, man, Tank Davis, we've seen this before. I don't know this is new to y'all. It's not new to me. I know how this ends. I think if it comes down to a tournament, the only person that would find a way to duck out of it, in my opinion, is Africa. I think he'd duck out of it because these dudes want to do, they want to get more for less. That's not what Teofimo Lopez was doing. Although Teofimo Lopez has a decent resume since 135, he was trying to duck and dodge and move around and make money, but not putting in the proper work. I don't have to fight Devin, but talking about him is good enough. Talking bad about him is good enough. I have a good enough fan base to allow me to exist off of the what ifs because they hate Devin so much. Those were Teofimo fans. Those were Tank Davis fans. Some of them are Shakur fans. It's good enough knowing that he's this nice and I know what'll happen if they fight. And here I am saying, hey, man, I think Devin beats all these guys, but I want to see it to make sure. I want to see it. I'm not cool with a hypothetical. Y'all kids are. Like I said, y'all the type of, I told y'all, having an argument in the Facebook book group years ago. Who would you rather be, Robert Horry or Charles Barkley? All these kids said Robert Horry. I said, why? He got like 7 rings. I said, wait a minute, but that's Charles Barkley. But he ain't got no rings. I said, he's a top 50 player of all time, but he ain't got no rings. Huh? And then I had to realize I'm having a different conversation. These are the type of niggas that'll ride the bench, not even on, they're on injured reserve, meaning that they wearing suits. They'd ride the bench for 82 games and get a little bit of playing time if somebody on the bench in the second rotation tears their ankle up. And then they get the suit up and they still don't get no playing time. Their average during the regular season was 0.000, no free throws, nothing. They didn't get no playing time. Their average minutes was -1. Because one time mama got sick and they couldn't make the trip with the team. Then they get a little air. Then in game 5, when they're about to win, they take all out the starting lineup and then they put in the third rotation and you running around and you hit a free throw. You hit one free throw all year long, and then in that stat it says 100% from the free throw line. And then you get the pop bottles in the locker room. You didn't do anything though. You were just there. You were just a participant. You are just as significant as if I looked at a picture and it's Tank Davis with a mob of people and way on the left side of the screen, you're leaning in, smiling like Sports Prediction 101. You just smiling with your crooked teeth. And from that, he'll say, I know Tank Davis and I know his crew. Dude, you just got in a picture. He was coming out the gym. He got mobbed. He made a pose, took a picture with his orange thong and lime green purse and got in his Escalade and peeled off. And now you know Tank Davis. Like James Franklin. You go to a gym, he so happens to be in there working, or his team is in there working, and you were just there, and now you know him. That's what these kids are. You just want to be in a video. You want to be around them. You don't know them. You're a poser. Ratchet, what up, bro? You cats is posers. I want to see who's real. And I'm not wrong for that. And I think to me, this is not even a great idea. This should be second nature. This is how you clean things up. This is not hate. For all I know, maybe Richardson Hitchens is the best. But maybe some people have more faith in his ability than he does. Curtis in that super chat salute. He says, again, Hitchison, stop ducking. Get with the smoke. Well, I mean, it has to be announced. I'm just saying, if they announce some sort of tournament, which to me, this makes sense, because it'll keep 140 working. It'll keep it active. You can call it the active bracket, because I think Keyshawn and Shakur will be the favorites to come out of this. You understand? Get out of here. Miss me with all of this. Oh, that's my brother stuff, man. Break bread with your brother. And if Africa ain't with it, fine. Don't participate. Take the mandatory from somebody else. I'm sorry, I was reading something. Remove Africa if he don't want to participate. All right. And throw him in the ring with Lamont Roach or something. Keep him active. And take somebody's mandatory and then insert them in the bracket. And I will do my job here, 225 boxing salute. I'll do my job here and drag Africa and be like, yo, man, why you not in that tournament? We Game On Night says Matala coming up. Well, you know, we'll deal with that when he gets there. Salute to him. Willie Lowe, Bomb Squad in the building. Salute, man. Nah, it's cold out here. It's cold. But since we're doing hypotheticals, with this idea I have, the question was who was most likely not to participate. And I think it'd be Africa. But hypothetically, let's say everyone's with it. Who has a problem with this idea? This idea should be next. I don't want Shakur. I'm thinking, bro, I was told that Devin was being brought in so the winner between Lopez and Shakur could call him out. But I said it don't sound right, because Teofimo been ducking Devin since they were 12 years old. Right? And Shakur, he said, I'll fight Devin, but I need a rehydration clause. And I'm like, bro, see, these dudes are already ducking out loud. Perfect Black, salute. They're already ducking, man. And then he calls in Conor Ben, Cisco Conor Ben. I don't know what's going on, bro. This is why I can't stand you kids, man. I really. And then what I'm asking for is so beyond belief for you guys. This is not unreasonable, man. Don't worry about no rehydration clause, Shakur. Clean up 140. Don't worry about Devin. If you need a rehydration clause for Devin, fine. Don't worry about it. And I heard they did great numbers. I'll talk about that tomorrow, because I'm not a numbers guy, but I heard the event did very well. The stars came out. We had some comedy with Jarrell Miller. I mean, I'm not like harping on the Jarrell Miller thing, but I'm saying the event did well from what I understand. And I know pay-per-view buys are different from the Floyd Mayweather era, with pirating and stuff like that. But I heard they sold out, and it was a decent event. And it was a masterclass by Shakur. And the co-main event was good. We saw Ortiz lose, and we've never seen that before. Keyshawn looked sharp, man. I thought Ortiz would be a more legitimate threat than that. Ortiz is no pushover. Shout out to Shushu. He showed up in his hometown and showed out. Got a knockout. Castro's no sucker, man. He was awake, but he didn't want to get up. K-Rod, salute. Lost in the Jungle, salute. He didn't want to get up. So I'm watching the event like, hey, man, this ain't bad. Boxing won. And it was a huge night for boxing. It was a huge night for boxing, man. Boxing got it right Saturday. They did. Bakram lost. Bakram lost in a nail biter. Josh Kelly showed up. Xander Zayas in Puerto Rico got it done. Was he in Puerto Rico? He got it done. Boxing won. And what happens with boxing is that we forgot, Andrew 100, salute. What happened was we forgot how to capitalize off of the previous story. Keyshawn showed out. Shakur showed out. I was under the impression that somebody was going to call out Devin. They didn't. Fine. He calls out Conor Benn and talking about a rehydration clause. No, Shakur. If Ben is not conceding to you, then forget that. You got a lot of work. You're looking right at the work. Now, what does Shakur do if he emerges from this tournament that I have up here? Michael Fleming, my brother, salute. Chase Gotti, salute. Then that's a hell of a resume, bro. That's what you call skipping a line, because he's only going to fight twice. He's fighting somebody in the first round. People are going to pick him to win. And then he'll fight again if people win their fights. And then we can say, hey, man, he did what his boy Andre Ward did, the Super Six. And I'm going to remind y'all how dangerous the Super Six was. How do you train? You don't know who your opponent is. How do you train for them? You don't know who you're going to fight. That was gangster. What happens if Shakur wins a tournament similar to that? K-Rod, man, all day, brother. I appreciate you. You're everywhere, and it's about boxing with you. You don't get into the nonsense. Although we get dragged into it sometimes, you talk boxing. You're one of the supporters that, we talk about you behind the scenes in a good manner. You're one of the brothers that show up, you join panels, and it's about the sport. The racial thing exists, but we get away from that. We try, you understand that we want to get away from that and make it about the sport. And we get sidetracked by bullshit a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you're one of those great supporters, man. I appreciate you. And there's a lot of you brothers out here. We talk about, we know who's here. We know who's here. And K-Rod, you one of them ones, man. Salute to you, brother. But what I'm saying here, this is not hatred. You know what I mean? To me, this is common sense. Now, y'all might have favorites to emerge from this, and that's also fine. But what does Drew always say? Let's just see it. There's no malice here this morning. There's no malice. I'm not talking about anything else. But what you're looking at here is something that needs to happen. This is how you keep everyone active in 2026 and keep things moving. Watch this. What happens if Eddie Hearn, my brother 503 in the building, salute. Nicholas Levy, salute. What happens if Eddie Hearn gets a hold of this and says, all right, we're doing that, and he holds that tournament 2 events in the year, and he sets it up like, you remember the 5 vs. 5? Remember that event? Turkey, give me a little bit of budget. Let's do a commercial and give everyone a name. Have Isak Cruz coming in with El Mariachi. Hire Antonio Banderas and do the Desperado thing, and Isak comes into a bar, starts doing karate kicks, and with a gun, he pulls out the gun the gun, the guitar gun, and when he opens it, he got boxing gloves on it with guns on it. He's spraying. And Dalton Smith comes in like, what's that movie? With the British dudes and their Secret Service? What's that movie? Y'all know the movie I'm talking about. That movie was dope as hell. There was two of them. What's that movie, bruh? Y'all know the movie I'm talking about. What is that movie? No. Kingsman, thank you. It'll be Desperado versus Kingsman. That'll be the opening fight for that night. Can you imagine that commercial? Eastside Cruz busting shots at Dalton Smith. He's one of the Kingsmen. Get one of the actors from the Kingsmen. And then they walk up and Antonio Banderas is facing off with the actor from Kingsman. And then you got Eastside Cruz facing off against Dalton Smith. Boom, that's the first fight of the night. Brother Lamar, salute. Come on now. Africa versus Keyshawn Davis. Y'all could just imagine what kind of theme that'll be. I'll leave that up to y'all. And then Shakur versus Gary Anton. I'll leave that up to y'all. But you got to sell this thing. 140 Eliminator, round 1. 3 fights, round 1. And then at the end of the advertisement, it'll be to be continued. Because it's a tournament. Come on, man. This actually sells itself. Have I said anything wrong? Has I said anything? I didn't say anything wrong, bro. I didn't say anything wrong. Because these fights mean something. There's titles being exchanged. And whoever emerges from this is what? Undisputed. You see how that works? My brother Freedom's marching that super chat. Salute to you. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much, my brother. Have I said anything wrong? Have I said anything wrong? Is this hate on any of the fighters? Is this hate? Because I mean, Shakur's a favorite, but Keyshawn is also. But Delano's saying Gary Russell mops the floor with everybody. Half of Mexico says, nah, Eastside Cruz. Eddie Hearn will come in and says, y'all sleeping on Dalton Smith. And all Drew is saying, fine, man, let's see it, bro. I'm not writing anybody off in this. How many of y'all thought that Vernon Forrest was unstoppable after he beat Shane Mosley twice? What happened right after that? He got in the ring and none of you knew who Ricardo Mayorga was. Y'all didn't know. I knew who he was, but I said, ain't no way he's beaten. This was a showcase fight on HBO. It was a showcase. He already done beat Shane Mosley twice. He's undefeated. He's gonna pop shot this guy, cut him up, stop him, make him quit in the corner. Nope. Had Larry Merchant orgasming in that ring. We toast you. Let him spark a cigarette in that building. Complete fire hazard. And the villain was born. And he made himself some money. Nobody saw that coming. And guess what? Ricardo beat him twice. This is boxing, y'all. For all we know, Isak could emerge from all of this. We'd be like, whoa, what happened? For all we know, Dalton Smith could upset everybody. Now, y'all saying, nah. But, yo, I just told you. Nobody saw Ricardo Mayorga beating Vernon Forrest like that. Yeah, Zab Costa Zoo. How about Zab versus Carlos Baldomir? I was there, bro. I said, what the fuck's going on? And there were coons in the crowd, too. I saw the blackest of niggas laughing at Zab. I'm like, man, y'all some funky, with a shirt that said Brooklyn. I'm like, man, y'all some, man, it's always us, bro. It's always us. Zab lucky that Floyd still broke bread with him. You see that? Because he didn't have to fight him. What Floyd did was he fought Carlos Balderman because he wanted to fight. Then he spun the block and fought Zab. He didn't have to fight Zab because Zab lost. That was supposed to be the warm-up to fight Floyd. And it didn't work out. So don't be surprised if Isak go in there and make one of these dudes look like Rolly Romero. Think about that. Isak he only knows how to fight one way because he has to. He's mad little. He got to go inside and start throwing bombs. What happens if he lands one? Look what happened to Rolly. Boogie Wonderland. He clipped him and he never recovered. And ain't nobody, that's why I got Dalton Smith in the back there, because y'all not thinking about him. But he's a champion though, right? All right, don't sleep on him either. He'll fuck around. What happens if he emerged from this thing? It's like, oh my God, what the hell? 54, we all said, man, Bachram is the boogeyman. Don't nobody want no smoke. He just lost to Josh Kelly of all people. This is boxing, y'all. Yeah, Delano, I don't want to insert anybody in this tournament that's not a champion. See, everyone here, with the exception of Keyshawn, all right, everyone here has a belt. And I'm only inserting Keyshawn because why not give him the opportunity? If he wins this thing, and goes up to 47, he now has a bargaining chip to make his case. That's why and plus he looked great Saturday. Y'all want to come talk about it? Let's talk about it. If I'm unreasonable, let me know. Let's talk about it. I'm not here to argue with anybody, but let's deal with the people. If you think this is a good idea, let me know. Coach B. Hudson in the building. Go subscribe to my brother. Taiwa, salute. If you don't think this is a good idea, just let me know why. I don't know everything. I just think this is obvious. This is obvious. But Keyshawn's the only person here without a belt, and I'm still putting him in a position to win. I'm giving him an opportunity. He had a hard way to go. He made a poor decision last year. Know what I mean? And I think that he could do better. My brother Steve L. Salute. K-Rod, my brother, salute.
What's going on, Juice? Up here,
Yes, sir.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep. Loud, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I just wanted to say, I think tournaments like these should be more common. You know, like I've been like a huge, proponent of having tournaments, over sanctioned bodies in boxing, and it should be set up, similar to like what you see back in wrestling, at the collegiate level, where every fighter that is like a top ranked fighter, at least like top 25 or top 50, or maybe even top 100, it should be like a randomized, selection where all the best fighters go at it. And then, you don't know who, who you're fighting, at the, like eliminator level. And then after that, you can kind of have, kind of like similar to like what you see in like college basketball with like a Sweet 16, Elite 8, and, obviously let the grand finals, between like the last two fighters. Like, I think stuff like that should be more common.
I agree. And
Yeah,
I'm glad you said wrestling because the guy from the WWE is working with Dana White, man.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So a lot of that ideology is going to translate into Zuffa. And if you remember this event over the weekend, they didn't have like a major sponsor like Bud Light or a beer company or Under Armour. Nobody sponsored this, if y'all noticed.
Yep.
That I've seen. If anything, if something's changed, please educate me. But I don't recall anyone sponsoring this. That was a little bit concerning. But from what I'm hearing, The event did well. They brought the stars out. I didn't know. Did you see who was there? I saw Christian and Billy. I saw Fabio Wardley. I said, "Oh shit, they brought people out."
Yeah, a
They
little
brought
bit
people out.
because at the same time, Drew, they had the award ceremony the night before too. Remember that?
Yeah,
But still, they
So-
showed up though.
Yeah, that they packed it out. That was strategic.
Yeah,
Since they're in the city, go to the fight, sit in the front row. So we
Yeah.
had good fights. We had a comical moment with Big Baby, and again, I'm not making fun of it. We made fun of it enough, but it was just something that happened. We'll always be able to remember. Remember that time this dude's shit came off? Like, oh yeah, that was the date. That's the same night Shakur thoroughly put belt to ass on motherfucking Teofimo Lopez. So I don't have a problem with this. In my opinion, Dalton Smith, Brother Shelton says, does Isak have a belt? Isak is interim champion. Dalton Smith is the real champion. So all I'm saying is they could just work that out. They could fight amongst each other, put them in the bracket. All right. I'd love to see who's better between Keyshawn Davis and Gary Anton. To me, that's a firefight.
yeah, and you got to remember that's what made Andre Ward and Usyk, bro. The Super
Yes,
Six,
sir.
bro. Like that's what it is, bro.
That automatically, you win a tournament like this, it goes on your resume. That's why I never let anybody undermine Andre Ward's Super 6 win.
Yep.
Especially when he started calling out Triple G.
Little
This
G,
how it
little
went.
G, little G.
Right. For those of you that weren't around, here's how it went. There was something called the European invasion. It's not listed, but it's something that we noticed. The Klitschko's were already here, and I didn't have a problem with them. Then I started to see the emergence of Dmitry Pirog, and I ain't having no problem with him because he was nice. And then you saw Triple G and Lomachenko and Sergey Kovalev, and then HBO started putting more value behind those guys than the American talent. And I just said, you know what? If they nice with it, they nice with it. I like the Klitschko's. Dmitry Pirog was nice. He knocked out Daniel Jacobs. If y'all never saw that, it's on YouTube. Dmitry Pirog was a bigger version of Lomachenko. He had great footwork. He fought with soul, and he stopped Daniel Jacobs. He knocked him right out. It was crazy. I said, yo, this guy's nice with it. What else they got? Right? And what started happening was they started to undermine black fighters. And I'm like, well, you know, the black fighters that they do fight, they got to show up and show out. But then I started to notice it became more of a marketing scheme. And it became annoying. It became annoying. And then, you know, I was introduced to social media and fans started getting racial, and I ignored a lot of it. I tried to watch the fight. I liked Gennady Golovkin at first. But what happened was the fan base hijacked him. And getting back to Andre Ward, they had that Super 6 at super middleweight, and he won it. And Gennady Golovkin was trying to go to 168 to fight Chavez Jr. He tried it once, and Ward stopped him and said, yo, if you coming up to my neck of the woods, you fighting me. You ain't fighting that guy. He ain't shit. And then he tried it again. And he said, I told you, Lil G. He's the one that named him Lil G. I wasn't us. It was him. He said, I told you, Lil G. You fight me if you come up here. And then the crowd, the audience said, why are you bullying little Gennady Golovkin? You need to go up and fight KK Kovalev. And, you know, I'm online like, wait a minute. This dude's going to 168. Why can't he go up and fight the main guy? Oh, why is he being a weight bully? And plus, Andre Ward doesn't sell and he's always injured. I said he won the Super 6. They said the Super 6 was 1 million years ago. And I said, well, you know what was 2 million years ago? Gennady Golovkin's amateur career that y'all shove in our face as a means to market this guy to us. Whenever those European guys came over, the first thing they say is they got over 2,000 amateur victories and like 4 losses. And I'm like, yo, get out of here with that. I don't care about that. What have you done now? What have you done for me lately? And by the way, Ward does go up to 75, gets his feet wet by beating up Sullivan Barrera, and then fought KK Kovalev not once but twice. Beat him once, y'all wasn't satisfied, stopped him in the rematch, and y'all still making excuses. But what I'm saying is, that Super 6 tournament, nobody could take that away from Andre. So if you put together this simple tournament, which is not as big, but just as talented, then whoever wins this, and Shakur be the favorite, whoever wins this, that's something they can hold on to moving on to 47 if they so choose to. Going to 47, you can say, hey, man, I won that tournament at 140. You can't tell me shit. And you won't be able to. Who was in that tournament? Dalton Smith, Eastside Cruz, Richardson Hitchens, Keyshawn Davis, and Gary Anton. I emerged from all of that. And that's another thing. You don't have to fight everybody, but if they were in the tournament, all they had to do was win to get to you. So you're getting credit inadvertently. Did Ward fight everybody in the Super Six? No, but he fought who won. Y'all understand how simple this is? This is also bragging rights, man. Y'all got to get right. Insane, what up, bro?
Top of the morning, Drew. Top of the morning to all my brothers on the panel. Stephen L, you already know.
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
Are we talking about the active ducks right now?
I mean, I'm talking about what I hope can happen.
You know they active ducks. I know they call themselves active squad, but those dudes are active ducks. Let me break it down how they're active ducks. Richardson Hitchison is actively ducking Devin Haney, but using his name in vain. That's the active duck movement, which is the active squad movement. Same with Shakur and same with Keyshawn. Now, Keyshawn really let me down. Well, he didn't let me down because I already knew what he was going to do anyway. I called it already. But I just want to know, who do I pick to be the leader of the active ducks? Do I put it on Bud for Bud grooming these dudes? Like, where do I place the blame for the active ducks at?
Hey, you can only blame them, bro. They grown men, bro.
But they're following behind somebody because I know Keyshawn don't think for himself. I mean, he looked like he smoked Black and Miles and drink Old English 800. Shakur,
damn.
I don't know. In Africa, that dude, he's just a sad case. This dude from New York, he letting Mexicans call him Africa. That's just no respect for him, no way. And Shakur, yeah, he just got the good win over the racist dude, which I love it, man. I love how Keyshawn just whooped on this dude. But you got a belt that you can actually move up and be first in line to fight Devin Haney, or you can do me a favor, which you already did. You didn't speak on Devin Haney's name, but you can go fight that boy that just beat Subriel Matias. Go on and whoop him real fast, then bring it back to Gary Antoine, who's not a part of active squad, but he should be because he's an active duck as well, because he was woofing on Devin Haney's name, and Devin, he didn't want no smoke. So yep. I'm reeling him into the active ducks. He's a part of the active ducks now. I'm gonna take the young boy. What's the young boy name that just won at 35? The young Abdullah Mason. I'm gonna take Abdullah. I'm gonna take Abdullah out of the active ducks. He ain't a part of that squad no more. Mm-hmm. So there it is. Am I wrong? Anybody? Did I go wrong? Did I miss anything?
Your interpretation is valid.
Oh, okay. So I didn't miss nothing. So who do we put at the top of the active duck list? Somebody's their leader. Should we put it on Eddie Hearn? Shakur? I want to put it on Bob Arum, but hey, Shakur fit. Cool. So I'm going to have it Bob Arum holding hands with Shakur Stevenson, teaching him actively how to duck better fighters while still whooping on top-ranked opponents, like he just whooped on Tio, who was a top-ranked guy who was built through top-rank like they did Loma. And it's kind of crazy because little Keyshawn, little Black and Mild, part of top rank, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yep.
Okay. With that being said, then there it is. That's all I have on the active ducks.
So the tag team.
Active ducks.
Todd French in that super chat, he says, laughing my ass off. Wait. Not Black and Miles in Old English. Bro, yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
You don't look like that?
No. What I will say though, the only thing is, Bud ain't got nothing to do with none of this.
That's why I say they grown ups.
Yeah,
okay.
These kids don't have training wheels no more. They're doing their own thing. This ain't Bud.
And the only reason I say Bud Crawford name, which I love Bud is amazing to me all the way around. But the guys that follow behind Floyd wanted to be great like Floyd. Bud Crawford, whether we want to admit it or not, that's their OG. They all look up to Bud. They all follow behind Bud. All of them follow behind Bud, and Bud is the OG. They're following Bud Blueprint. That shit sounded bad coming out of my mouth.
But you know what though?
Blueprint.
But you know what though? Again, and this is just my opinion. Bud did what he had to do, and he's retired. These ain't kids no more. They're not kids. All right,
So
training wheels are off.
When do we stop blaming the OGs? Because we still blame Tank OGs for not taking care of him.
But those OGs ain't active fighters. You know what I mean? They had to raise that kid, and when does a kid take responsibility in saying, okay, I know the difference between right and wrong?
Okay,
You know,
so
and I see the chat. I see the chat. They mentioned Kid Austin. I only want to deal with people that are doing things. You know, I don't know what Kid Austin's doing. When he does something that makes me want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm just saying at 140, this is a great idea. This is how you solve it. It keeps everyone active. It keeps everyone paid. It gets everyone bragging rights. And all they have to do is win. They'll be fighting twice this year. If Shakur participates, the year just started. He done fought 3 times because I pick him to emerge in his end of the bracket because I don't know who could beat him on here. But what I'm saying is they need to get this active squad and get this out of here. You're supposed to break bread with your brothers. I mean, come on. This is no. This is not what this is. This is not what this is. So right now, with the exception of Keyshawn, everybody has a belt. Dalton Smith and Eastside Cruz is sharing a belt.
And Drew, I got Gary and Shakur last 2 standing.
You got Gary and Shakur?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this. On one side of the bracket, who you got? So all right, let me tell you what I would want. I want Dalton Smith versus Eastside Cruz. Right? I want Dalton Smith versus Eastside Cruz. I want
so bad. There are lots of things we can do inside.
Gary Anton versus Keyshawn. And I want Shakur versus Africa. That's what I want from that.
Yeah, I ain't got no issue with that. I would just go switch Gary Antoine and the African dude since it's unification.
I got something. Yeah. How about I want any of them to fight each other, but
at the same time, Keyshawn and Shakur won't fight, so it makes sense, Drew.
They won't fight each other. This is what I want. I want to see Gary Antoine Russell versus Big Mouth Keyshawn. That's what I want to see.
That's what I want.
Me too.
I want
that's
that.
what I want.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice right there.
Then once Gary
nice
Antoine
right
run through Keyshawn, I want him to whoop on Africa as well. If he don't duck. Because honestly, I think Gary Antoine can run through everybody but Shakur.
That's why I said they the last 2 standing. That's how I feel. Shoot.
This is a quick tournament. You can solve this in 1 year.
The tournament would be the key to everything. I ain't gonna lie. If you had that tournament, you gonna clear up.
Drew, this one fight card.
That's gonna help the whole sport of boxing. You had that tournament. I ain't gonna lie.
And
you got to do something with this fight card, bro. You had a nice fight card. You can't just let everybody go back to ducking and hiding and lurking in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something with this. You got everybody boxing neat. Yes.
We got to capitalize off every event. This was a good event. A tournament like this and just call it round 1. You could put some filler fights on this, but make sure you let people know, look, these are the 3 main fights. You can put 6 fights on that card, but these are the 3 main fights, and they're meaningful.
But
Drew, then you can capitalize off of the that pay-per-view and make another one.
Exactly.
But Drew, I got a question for you, Drew. Yeah, are we letting these dudes off the hook for what they just said about Devin Haney, how they wanted to smoke? Are we letting Keyshawn off the hook?
No. We're not.
This is a different conversation.
Keyshawn shouldn't have no fights with nobody but Devin Haney.
No, wait.
Nobody.
No, but insane. This is a different conversation. I get it. We get it 100%, bro.
Keyshawn, if he can emerge from this, he's made his point why he should get a Devin Haney at the full 147. That's what I'm saying. This is
proven itself.
This is 140. I thought the winner between Tio and Shakur was going to call out Devin. Instead, he calls out Cisco 2.0. There was no mention of Devin Haney. So, and then when he did mention him a week ago, and I'm talking about Shakur, they were talking about a weight clause. Nah, bro, you're not ready. Talk to Devin when you get to the full welterweight. Until then, you got work to do at 140. Don't undermine these belts. Because in this situation, although y'all say belts collect dust, y'all want to run with that Floyd Mayweather bullshit. In this situation, if you can emerge from these faces or whoever emerges from this tournament, that's bragging rights. Look what I did at 140. Look who participated in that. Dalton Smith, Eastside Cruz, Africa, Keyshawn, my brother Keyshawn, and Gary Russell. Look what I did. Now I'm at 47. I'm about to do it again.
And I'm just speaking as if Shakur win. He can be undisputed like Devin was in. He'd be matching for the
Shakur there with Gary Anton to get clipped, and we're having a different conversation.
Yeah, that's why I got to see them fight.
This is boxing.
But Xavier boxing 15, all he got to do is go get the fight. Devin is waiting on him. His name is on the list twice. If Keyshawn gives Devin problems like you say he does, his name is on the list. He can clearly go get a fight right now.
Devin's a welterweight. We're
talking about 140 insane.
Oh, my bad. I'm just talking about the dude Xavier Wolfen.
I don't know where the hell Conor Bryn came from though. Conor Bryn, what this dude was not in. This dude was nowhere. Conor Bryn came out of thin air. What kind of?
He's a distraction, bro. He's a distraction, bro.
Hold on.
Straight distraction.
Shelton, he says, "Who is Tank fighting?" I don't know.
His baby mama.
Right, his baby mama, exactly. Curtis said back in that super chat, he said Kid Austin said he didn't duck because Shakur said it set him up. Man, that's all cap. So, and my brother Todd French in that super chat, he says, facts, Drew. The issues are that it makes too much sense. It would require heart and testicular fortitude for which none on that intro have to accept Dev. Exactly. So what I want to do is deal with the facts. This is 140. Devin is a weight up north. Let's leave Devin out of this. Everybody uses Devin name to get articles and get us talking and shit. I'm not on that.
They be doing that bad, man.
Stormy, you can hear me? I know Stormy's at work.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
I didn't mean no harm by that. I didn't mean no harm, Drew. I just couldn't let that slide.
No doubt. Go ahead, Stormy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, when I'm at work, this signal here is kind of bad. So I'll say what I have to say kind of briefly. It was asked, like, who is the procurer of the fact that these guys are moving like they're moving? It's Tank Davis. And I'm going to tell you why it's Tank Davis. It's Tank Davis because people have seen, they witnessed the illusion of the success that he's had, the way he moved, the way Floyd promoted him, and the way Leonard spoke of him when they were promoting him, okay? But as people began to get more wiser to the fact of what was actually happening, meaning casual observers, people who follow the sport regularly and everything, what began to happen is people would call them out on certain things, but the support base for him was so strong, even now, that they've witnessed the fact like, oh, he's really moving like this, and people not holding him accountable for it, and they still like him, they still support him. So sure, I'll do it too. You understand?
That's right.
So that's where that originates from. You take a fighter like I heard it said like Bud Crawford. No, Bud, nobody has taken Bud's mentorship, and I'll tell you why. Bud has been ostracized himself. He was the victim of the other side of the street story. You understand? So he still had to do things a certain kind of way. And eventually, through the success of being a winner, he got it through the mud, literally. And has no allegiance to no one. But there are people still saying, salute and shout out to Al Heyman. Where the hell is Al Heyman? Where the hell is PDC? And where the hell are the fighters who have signed up with them to have a consistent, ongoing career? Most of those guys have stalled out because PDC imploded. But you don't want to acknowledge that either, because you attach yourself to the wrong and improper things. Yes, we criticize Bud because he's stuck with he stuck with Top Rank and Bob Arum. But you know what he did? He got a genuine education by doing so. And once he was able to do that, he broke free. And look at how he's flown high since. Nobody's taken that lead. Nobody. That's what I have to say, guys.
That's real talk, man. That's real talk. The wrong way to go about things is, these kids coming to the game and they watch the quote unquote success of a guy like Tank Davis. They would rather ride that wave. Remember what I said about, me arguing NBA, having NBA debates on Facebook, and it was disgusting. These kids want all the shine without doing the work. They want to be in a locker room popping bottles and they ain't do any of the work. You understand? So if they could work smarter, not harder, and make $1 million, millions of dollars, and get a bunch of love from people, and even the love from people don't matter if you got millions of dollars in the account, and do bare minimum and just get talked about, then that's what these kids are going to do. And I'm not on that. How many times y'all hear me say, I see the work. I talk about the work. I want to talk about the work, the work, the work. Don't talk to me about braided hair, chrome hearts, baggy jeans, and girls. And I don't care about all. I didn't talk about how crispy Tommy Hearn's Jerry curl was in 1983. I promise you, nobody was having that conversation. You look at his Jerry curls, no one cared. Nobody cared. Show me the work. I want to see the work, man. And these kids think they're playing chess, and then they putting things out there like, and Floyd didn't help by saying, oh, belts just collect dust. No, belts are the results of what? Work. And you're killing a lot of birds with one stone here. If you have at least two stones, if you have this small tournament, you can make 2 pay-per-views out of this. See, I'm thinking about money too. And whoever emerges from this can have bragging rights saying, look at what I did. Look who was in this tournament. I emerged from that. That's what Andre Ward did, and he emerged from that. And I'm saying, being that this is boxing, you can have your favorite, but it could be anybody. It could be anybody. Salute, Stormy. It could be anybody. And I think this is not hate. This is just a great idea. And we can have a favorite, but I don't know, maybe Dalton Smith is a sleeper. We're not even considering him. We know why. He's a Brit. And they just fight different over there. But what happens if he shows up in this damn thing looking like Joe Calzaghe? Everybody's gonna have a problem. But let's see it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not buying this actor squad, oh, that's my brother, I can't fight. Man, look, man. If it comes down to Keyshawn and Shakur, y'all gonna make millions of dollars. It's gonna be talked about, and everybody's gonna watch. Because these guys are super talented. And whoever emerges from this, you can move to 147 and pop your shit. And I won't have anything negative to say about it because you're working. If Gary Anton emerges from this, you can continue talking your shit, bro. And then take your ass to 47 and then actively pursue whoever you want to pursue. Everybody say they want to fight Devin Haney, but they say everything but fight. But this is how you do it. First of all y'all at 140. Stop talking about welterweights. Don't talk about Conor Ben. Don't talk about Boots. Don't talk about Devin Haney. Don't talk about Ortiz. Don't worry about none of that. Worry about what you got around you. Because what happens is when you focus on the wrong thing, you will get in there with a small-ass Eastside Cruz. Your mind is already focused on someone else, and then you fuck around and Eastside hit you with a hook, and you never recover. Wild work. Delano just pulled up, man. Salute, brother.
I got a question for you, Drew, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and say.
Before Delano do what he do. Did you have a Jerry curl back in the day?
Who, me? No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't have a curl?
My brother did.
That's all I want to know.
Nah, dead ass. My mother wouldn't let me. I wanted one.
It just missed me by a couple of like 5-10 years.
Now my brother 5 years on me, so he was a teenager.
Right.
And everybody rocked the Jerry curls, and it was a Bronx thing for a minute.
Yeah, not in the
I
Midwest.
honestly just thought that was a California thing. I swear to God, I
Oh
did.
no, let me tell you about that real quick before I let Delano cook. Let me tell you how because I forgot you from Cali. Let me tell you what's bugged out about this. The Jerry curls. We stopped rocking Jerry curls like around 86, I think. 86, 87-ish. And then when we first saw what was going on in LA and we saw NWA, it was the 90s, and we were like, yo, those brothers still wear Jerry curls in hot-ass Los Angeles? What was going on? Niggas was bursting into flames looking like Ghost Rider in the summer. They would literally had PSAs, watch your Jerry curl, because it was flammable. Motherfuckers on a 90-degree day, their hair would just catch on fire. Michael Jackson wasn't the first one, y'all.
In real life, their hair was catching on fire?
Dead ass, bro. Something happened in the Bronx out here. Some dumb motherfucker took a magnifying glass and was holding up to the sun and held it up towards his boy's head, joking, and his shit literally caught on fire on the basketball court.
Just thinking about Michael.
That happened, bro. That happened. That happened. So they said, watch when you smoke, because the Jerry curl juice was flammable. So we stopped wearing it like around 86, 87-ish. We stopped wearing it. And then in the 90s, NWA came out. We saw Eazy-E and Ice Cube. And we was like, wait a minute, why those brothers got Jerry curls?
Yeah, they all.
And we kind of like laughed. We was like, what the fuck? They're in the time zone. We was like, we stopped wearing Jerry curls for like 5 years. And when we saw y'all with it, so when you say you missed it by a couple of years, what year you talking about? I'm talking about like from 83 to what year Michael Jackson did the moonwalk on Motown 25? What year was that?
I don't know. I was born in 85.
Okay, so we were pretty much almost done with Jerry curls when you were born. So to see it in the 90s, we were bugging like, oh shit.
It's
That's
crazy
what they doing over there?
They got dynamite on their head.
All the women was wearing Jerry curls too. I remember my aunties and them come in with the Jerry curl, uncle and them come in with the Jerry curl.
It was a time warp for us because we already stopped wearing Jerry curl. We was already rocking we called it the cameo. It was a flat top. We called it a cameo out here. And we were done with juice. We called it Jerry curl juice. We actually made fun of ourselves. We made fun of ourselves because the purpose behind the Jerry curls, just a little history. You remember Full Force?
Yeah, I remember Full Force. They was in Skid and Play, right?
They were musicians. Yep. They were legit
house party.
They were legit musicians. And when they came out trying to look like the white rock bands, but they were black, of course. And they used Jerry curls to make their hair real big and sleek. That's what it was. And then Michael Jackson was rocking it, and it became a phenomenon because he went from Afro to Jerry curl, and then everybody started rocking Jerry curls, rappers and everybody, because Michael was the standard. He's the king. Michael was the standard. So we had a few years of that, but it faded off like around 86, 87-ish, right? And we started rocking, high top fades and parts in the hair, 3 cuts in the eyebrows, trying to wild out. And then by the
juice
time
cut, the bubble.
Right. And
you had the Gumby too?
We had the Gumby. I had all of that. I had all of that. And
Big
by
Daddy
the time we
Kane.
saw NWA, which was like 90, we were like, what the fuck they're doing with Jerry curls in there? It was funny to us. We was like, whoa, they're talking about killing cops, but we can't take them serious with this shit in their hair. What are they doing? But we just realized it was just a thing. It was just a thing over there. Y'all were late with that. But that's all. That's just a brief history of that. Delano. I already know what Delano's gonna say. Come off mute, brother.
Hey, peace, man. Happy New Year to y'all, man. How's everybody doing out there, man?
You're doing great, man. Give me your thoughts on this.
All right. I agree with the tournament. You know what I mean? They should there's enough work down there for everybody to fight. Mm-hmm. That's true, but my opinion is there's one man that's sitting there that nobody may not want to fight each other because they're going to avoid him. That's just my opinion. They're not going to agree on the fight.
So you think the tournament won't happen because of one man?
One man.
Who's that man?
Gary.
So
what?
nobody. See, here
That's
we go.
crazy.
Nobody. So I'm
Not
just
Gary.
I'm saying that.
Yo,
I'm
listen,
saying that.
listen,
I'm saying
listen.
that. I'm saying
I don't
that.
think anybody is scared of Gary. That's my personal opinion. And I think this tournament's a great idea. In fact, I said the only person that probably wouldn't agree is the IBF champion Africa right there. That's the only thing. But if this is a legitimate idea and Eddie Hearn gets a hold of it and he says, look, we can make 2 events out of this. Blockbuster. It'll be huge.
Huge.
It should be. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But will it happen? But Drew, will it happen? Now, Africa, is blatantly ducking. Right? That's number one.
Ducking who?
Number 2, Keyshawn.
Who's he ducking? Who's he ducking? Who's he ducking?
Antoine.
He is?
Yes. He's
Antoine
ducking
called him out?
Devin. He's ducking. He's looking for
forget
an easy
Devin.
way out.
Please, no.
Delano, 140.
Don't
No,
mention
leave
no
Devin.
welterweight.
No, I'm leaving Devin out of it.
Don't mention no welterweight.
Let me.
It's so hard not to bring up Devin's name. It's so hard. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They brought him up. They brought him up on the card. Keyshawn brought him up.
I know, but we ain't talking about that. We talking about this idea that's in front of us right now.
Okay.
We know the Devin history with all of these.
Okay,
dudes.
Keyshawn might want to move up to 147.
Let's talk about 140.
The 140. If he's there and he agrees, all right, then okay. But who is going to fight Gary Russell?
Everybody.
That's what we're trying to decide.
You sure about that, dude? You sure?
Oh my God.
Delano, you missing the point.
Delano.
Take a deep breath.
Is, bro? You're content with a negative what if, a negative hypothetical, because it suits your agenda. And what I'm saying to you, brother, is that that's not good. You have to look at the cup half full instead of half empty, brother.
Yeah,
right?
I agree with you.
Now, based off what the world saw Saturday, Shakur smokes everybody.
Yeah, he will be the favorite. I agree on that.
So now all I'm saying is, great, let's see it. So if you were to put up an event, how would you structure this event in the first round?
First account, Shakur would have to be the lead. So he would have to choose. In order for the tournament to work, Shakur has to be in the tournament. He has to be in the tournament.
Okay, but I'm
All
saying
6 of these dudes on the screen are in the tournament that we're trying to
all
bring.
right, they all agree.
Structure the tournament right now. Give it to me. In the first round, structure the tournament. Who are the matches?
Can we throw Lamar Roach in there? Can we throw your boy Roach in?
No, Lamar Roach can sit out. He can
Him
chill.
and Gary.
Who and Gary?
Shakur and Gary.
Okay. Then what?
Shakur and Gary. You got Keyshawn in Africa.
Okay.
The winner of that settles the situation, and the other 2 fight and get another rematch with the winner of that.
No, wait. We're not talking rematches. This is a tournament.
Yeah, it's a tournament. Okay. Well, the winner of Gary and Shakur, the winner of Africa and Keyshawn. All right. The winner would go ahead and fight each other. There'll be an undisputed 140. Now, there was 2 losers. Hold on, Buju. There was 2 losers. They did that in the Super 6. They should fight each other. And then that would be the next, give them, they should fight Shakur after that.
Now watch this. Now watch this.
Shakur and Antoine.
Now watch this, Delano. Let me add to what you're saying, because there's nothing wrong with what you said. I said that these are only 3 fights on the card. You need about 5 on the card. How about this? On the undercard, before this actual tournament starting, how do you like Frank Martin versus Lamont Roach?
Yeah,
that's good.
Where your boy Frankie and
yeah. Bring Frank in there.
Man, they gotta do this, man. They gotta do this. I want to see this.
You see how this works out?
Yeah,
this works smooth.
Well, to be honest with you, Frank Martin. I don't know who Gary's fighting in February. That should be Frank Martin to me.
Well, how about this? And I see my brother, Mr. D. I see my brother, War Report in the building. Snoop, I see y'all. How about this? You can make the tournament bigger by adding Roach and Frank Martin because Isak Cruz and Roach just had a draw.
Okay.
And what if
Yep.
you put Frank Martin in the mix just to humor everything?
I agree.
See, the only reason why I'm holding Dalton
That would be a
Smith
hell of a
to
call.
a high standard is because he's an actual champion. That's why I have him in
Hey,
there versus
Delano.
Isak Cruz.
That would be a heck of a card. I agree.
I'm glad Dalton in here. I'm glad Dalton in here.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. We don't got to worry about 47. There's work at 140. Can we
I
both
agree.
agree on
I
that?
agree. I that's why I said
I agree.
Shakur's
I
not
agree.
gonna go up to 147.
It's just
He's gonna
Debo
stay
down
at
the street,
140,
bro. We
but there's
just
a lot
like
of work there.
Debo
Yeah.
down the street riding the bike.
Yo, listen. I like this idea. It's safe to say 140 shark infested because there's a lot of favorites, and I think there's people that we're sleeping on. You know what I'm saying? Blade Brown in that super chat, he says Turkey need to be in here taking notes. He's
Taking notes. Taking notes.
Drew,
Sure
this may
does.
be,
Somebody holler at Eddie Hearn.
Somebody get Eddie Hearn Turkey in here. Nah.
this is a great idea.
Because I'm telling you,
The only bad
if you
problem
put
is
this on a pay-per-view or all 140 card with the names we mentioned, I'm buying it.
I'm telling you,
Boxing to be hot for like 2 years off this.
Let me say this real fast. This
Yo,
is a
Drew.
great idea. This is a great idea. And I heard Drew just say it's a lot of shark infested waters at 140. The only problem is let's not get off the mindset. All these dudes are not shark, they're active ducks.
there you go. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
All of
Oh,
let me
man.
ask you something, Drew. Who in that list will be the first to agree on this tournament?
The first,
To agree to fight in that tournament?
all of them.
Keyshawn.
Let's
Keyshawn,
go all of them. I don't think nobody.
Nah, I think you know who I think be the who wouldn't duck none of the smoke. I think Pitbull. I think Pitbull would be like, okay.
Pitbull's with all the shits.
Pitbull would be with all the shit.
Maybe Pitbull. I think Pitbull and Gary would be the first to say, okay.
I
The
think
others
Keyshawn and
will
Pitbull
question.
was with
Yeah,
the
I
shit.
think
The others would question
Yeah,
it, but Pitbull and Gary
Pitbull wouldn't
Gary
politic,
Russell
bro.
would
I
say,
don't think
okay,
Pitbull would politic.
Felix Nunez
Yeah, like
in that
I
super
think-
chat, he says, Drew, why you got my boy Shakur on the Summer Jam screen, man? You look Shakur doing good work, man. I'm trying to talk him up. He get on my nerves, but he did a good thing. They said
I'm scared of them two, though.
Undercard. I like it, bro. You could fill up a whole card with 140 fighters and make a whole bracket, bro. I'm telling you. And whoever emerges, but I'm trying to sort out the belt situation. You understand? I'm
Right.
trying to sort it out. But you can throw in Frank Martin and Lamont Roach on this.
And Roach, yeah.
You could do that.
It's just you got Shakur and Keyshawn at the top, and they you know they don't want to fight each other, and this is just like,
But
you know what I'm
what's
saying?
amazing? You know what's amazing? And I'm just keeping it real. It takes one upset, and they ain't got to worry about fighting each other.
That's
What
all.
y'all can do? What y'all can do
Right.
since this an idea? Just seem like everybody signed contracts, everybody go fight, bro. That's how you got to look at it right now. It's just an idea. All that duck talk, I don't care about none of that right now. Just an idea, bro. As if everybody signed a contract, everybody ready to fight, everybody got whatever. It's just an
This
idea,
is a
bro.
fan scenario, which we want. Yeah, a fan scenario. Yeah.
This feel like the only way to go, though. This feel like the only way to. This feel like the only way to go. It 140 is stacked like this.
To me, ain't no feel. This is the way to go.
This the way to go, bro. This is the way.
If we go this way, I got Dalton Smith. I got Dalton Smith winning it all. That white man. Hold on, wait. Let me tell you why. Hold on. Hold on, wait.
You can't laugh at it though.
That
can
white
fight.
man,
He can fight.
that white man, that good Christian white man, bro. I think he slaughtered all these motherfuckers. I'm not gonna hold nobody.
He's a dog.
I'm not joking. I'm serious. I think he slaughtered even the Puerto Rican. He gonna slaughter all of them. That good
What
wholesome
Puerto
white man.
Rican?
I bet you he got the element of surprise because
The one from Newark. Ain't he
Todd
Rican?
French in that super chat, he says not confident in Pitt. He turned down a lot of smoke.
who he turned?
you know
Who
what,
Pitt
though?
turned down?
You know what though? He wouldn't be able to get out of this because he's an interim champion and he's Mexican. They won't let him turn out. They won't let him. I mean, he's Mexican for real Mexican. Like I don't speak English. Mexican.
See,
and he's been blessed, and he would not miss this opportunity because if he gets out the first round of the tournament, I mean, sky's the limit. And let's be honest, anybody could win this.
Yes, yeah.
Anybody could win this. I laughed at Dalton Smith because insane is just being insane. But
he said, "Good Christian white man." Why you?
Anybody but Shakur. Shakur would come in as the favorite, but everybody else is 50-50. That's how I look at it. Who said that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
Like I said, Gary Antoine he only 50-50 with Shakur. Everybody else he smoked to me.
Yeah, he smokes. That's what I think. Gary
Antoine,
everybody.
He'd be a favorite to
and
win,
I think he got something.
I think that's the style for Shakur too, to fight Gary. I ain't gonna lie.
And
Somebody that's gonna throw it. That's the style for him.
Yo, hold on. Don't Gary Antoine got history with one of these cats though?
All of them.
All of them except Pitbull, but
bro,
which Antoine had? I almost brought up Devin Haney. I ain't gonna do it.
Yep, ain't no point.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dev come down to 140, bro.
No, he's not in his own lane, bro.
And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put it past Debo down the street, bro. Debo see all these gold chains and everybody on the porch, bro. Debo come snatching them up, bro. I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
Listen, I can vouch that he's not. I'll just say that. I can vouch.
He'll go to 154 before he go to 140, bro. Like,
okay.
We've been there, done that.
We gotta focus on 140 because I need to understand these are the conversations we're supposed to be having. It's a hypothetical, but it's real because all of these guys are at 140, and then if you add to the card, Frank, because in the Super 6, people dropped out. That's how Allen Green got in it.
Yeah.
And then didn't they have another Super 6 at 126? I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, over at 126.
Right. So what I'm saying is people get injured, and then let's say Dalton Smith gets injured, and Isak, he becomes a full champion, right? And then here come Frank Martin stepping in. You see what I'm saying?
Right
There's
there.
so many variables, and this is what's exciting to me because this is a reality, and us as the supporters, we gotta force this. And we have access to these things. We can actually reach out to Eddie Hearn via email or DM, and his people read it. I don't care if he says, "Oh, I have a great idea." Man, you was listening to me, or we got in your DMs. But all I'm saying is, you gotta give me credit. Just
throwing kind of Ben in the mix. What kind of Ben? What the kind of Ben need to be fighting Charlo or something, man? What? Lord.
There's so much work at 140, bro. I love it, man. Todd French back in that super chat. He says he ducked Dev and Shakur, also Michelle Rivera twice. He did. When Dev came through 40, he said no mas. He did duck Shakur and Michelle Rivera. Y'all remember him?
Yeah.
Who he fought? Who Rivera fought again?
He fought Frank Martin and got smoked, and he popped dirty.
After that.
Yeah, he got caught with drugs.
And then he got another fight after that. I think he lost.
Yeah, so I think that train is ground to a halt. Little Ali.
Yeah, Little Ali's trash.
Oh yeah, I remember. Ali, the Ali cat. Yeah.
Can I say it again?
Say what?
Wait, what?
Kara, what you say?
No. Like I said, like Little Ali, like is trash.
Yeah.
Calling him Dominican Muhammad Ali.
Hey, we had a conversation with him, bro. He didn't even like that shit. He wanted to be himself, bro.
Yeah, he did. We sure did.
Yeah.
He didn't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? But he was talented, but Frank Martin came in there and made it look easy.
Yeah, he smoked him ASAP.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Frank Martin is a legitimate threat. Shout out to the War Report, for bringing up his name.
Yeah.
And on the undercard of this card, you could put Frank Martin versus Lamont Roach. That's a damn good fight, man.
That's
a damn good fight.
Should
Now, what I'm going to talk about tomorrow is, I'm just going to talk boxing. If Melo Yellow beats his case, what's the problem with him getting in the mix of this?
He's
The
going to have
problem is him. That's
he's gonna have to.
Sure. He need to go get that. He need to get that rematch with Lamont. Gonna be like, hey, you remember me?
Yeah.
Before you, man.
Yo, bro. Now
Lamont
look,
got
look.
cruise problems.
I
Man.
think
ain't
I
gonna
think
drag.
old girl from the strip club want her run back with Tank. She need that back.
Hey, but now let's do this. Let's do this. Because this is for
Oh my
tomorrow.
goodness.
This is for tomorrow.
That's hilarious.
If this dude just gets community service and he beats his case, how does he not come to 140? Because I'm done with 35. Because he
would.
he can make 40. Okay. Plus if he goes back to 35, he ain't even gonna be trying to become undisputed over there. So what's stopping him from jumping in the middle of this right here?
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Hold on. Stormy just said Blue Blood just posted a video about T.O. tweet responding to a friend suggesting he take time and come back to pick up the pieces. T.O. responds, "I'm not coming back." Good.
Wow, bro.
He got that
T.O. out of here, bro. Damn, bro.
I ain't checking for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
I was just about to
say,
he's not coming back to this.
Back to Tank. If he comes back in this tournament, this mythical tournament, this is just an idea, y'all. It's not happening. It's just this is just an idea.
It could happen, and we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, how he would be an important piece to this.
Yes,
a very important piece. The Frank Martin rematch is there. The Cruz rematch is there, right?
You're gonna have to move people around because he'll most likely be an A side. So he would have to.
This a tournament, man. We no politicking. Tournament. Eliminate the politicking.
Yeah,
tournament eliminating hiding in the shadows and waiting for somebody to lose and waiting and being hostage.
Well, tournament got 1 through 8. You know, so that you're gonna separate Shakur from Tank, right? You're gonna do that.
Carl Froch in that tournament fought in America how many times? Like 3 times, right?
Yeah, like 3.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Carl Froch is a fucking dog.
Yeah.
Hard hit Carl Froch.
Yeah.
But Carl Froch was known in that tournament.
He
was known before he fought in that tournament.
Well, I knew who he was, but the fact that he fared so well in that tournament.
When he was known when he beat Taylor. That's when he was known. And that happened in that tournament, I believe.
He's legit. That man's legit. So the only thing this tournament is a bit of home court. Everybody will be fighting everywhere.
Yeah.
And I say don't put anybody at home. I think that's fair.
You could put Gary and Lamont Roach in DC.
I mean, if you want to sell some seats, you could do that. You could do things like that.
Because everybody's going to Shakur's going to be fighting New York or thing. Guys could go on their home turf and claim it and then come back on a neutral site when it's time to settle all the belts.
Dalton Smith got to get at least one fight if he wins the first round. He got to get one fight in the UK.
We got to show Dalton some love. I got to show Dalton some love. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all.
Yeah.
I agree.
So Tank beats his
it's
case.
just these two in the center of the screen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they don't. You know, they got the heaviest with the politicking right now. You know,
but it ain't about
they got the heaviest with the politicking right now.
About that right now.
If you in a tournament, if everyone agrees to the tournament, that's
tournament. Ain't about that right now.
Now to thicken the tournament, and this is what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. If this kid beats his, I keep calling him a kid because he's a fucking idiot. If Tank beats his case, there's no excuse for him not to jump into this. There's no excuse. You got to do it, bro. And there ain't no A side, B side. I got to fight here. No, bro. You're going to need money because you done maxed it out on lawyers. Ain't no A side, B side. You're getting in here, you're fighting.
True.
True.
Tank only fight Richardson. That's it. That's easy pickings. That's all I see.
And I'm going to tell you this straight up and down. Everybody on this page beats Tank Davis at this point. Rod Neal in his super chat, he says Froch beat Taylor before the Super 6. Arthur Abraham fought Taylor in the Super 6. Yeah, that's true. That's the timeline. That's true. Froch is a dog, and Abraham. Arthur Abraham was dangerous as fuck. That guy was dangerous. But we need things like this, and see, these are the conversations that we're supposed to be having. Not about cars, braided hair, and tattoos, bro. Let's get to the work.
Yeah.
Let's get to the work.
Hold on, Drew. How about this? I got a good fight for Tank comeback fight. I got a great fight. Y'all want to hear it?
Yeah, what's up?
Tank Davis versus Alicia Baumgartner.
I knew you were gonna say some crazy, bro.
He'd do it.
Shut up.
Y'all don't
Tank
think
Davis
Tank will
versus
do it?
Clarissa Shields.
Clarissa Shields, that's what she said. Yo, she's still the boss.
Well, Clarissa way too much. Clarissa's too big, but I think Tank should fight Alicia
Oh
He's gonna
my
fight
Baumgartner.
Jake Paul.
goodness.
I
He
hate
would
He
do
He
gonna
it.
fight
ain't
Jake
gonna let him
Paul.
breathe. He ain't gonna let him breathe.
No, he ain't.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Shout out, man. Insane on my mama.
That's it, bro.
Oh my goodness.
My God.
Please.
I like the
Okay.
tournament
Please.
idea. No malice, no bullshit. You could pick them. I know Delano's a Russell fan. And listen, fuck around, Russell come out of this. It's undeniable, bro. And it's all possible. It's all possible. You throw in a little Frank Martin on the undercard, you know what I'm saying? With some Lamont Roach. I mean, come on, bro. 140 is popping right now. They just have to get it popping. I need Dana White, Eddie Hearn, and Turkey to fund this, put together a nice little commercial like they did for the 5 vs. 5. Get everyone persona, and let's go, bro. Let's go.
Hey, Drew, quick question right now. Quick question. Even though this is what we want, right? Suppose we don't get it. What fight do you want to see at 140 this year?
At 140.
Shit is basically it. And Lamont Roach and Frank Martin like mix it all up with all six.
It's really not a complicated question for me to answer but my answer is not what people want to hear. I'm all about unification and be one face, one name, undisputed. That's what I'm on.
Yeah,
I'm on that too. I agree with the tournament is the best solution.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, right now nothing's signed. And we just got to choose. Okay, what fight?
Okay, I got two. Can I give you two?
None of these guys ducking. What fight do we want to see with those guys up there right now?
Can I give you two?
Yes.
Well, these are the fights right here. So I'll just say it. I want Keyshawn versus Gary Anton.
Okay, I agree.
And I
with
want
that.
Shakur versus Africa.
I want those next.
Me too. So we agree.
We'll be on that.
And it just makes sense to have Dalton Smith and Esau Cruz work that position out. Because if you go to BoxRec, next to their names in the WBC, it says Dalton Smith and it says Esau Cruz interim. Number 1 is vacant.
Okay.
And then you got Albert Puello, which is kryptonite for Gary Anton. And underneath him is Kendall Martinez.
that was a close fight, Drew. That could have went either way, man.
I understand, brother. It was close. He didn't smoke him, but Gary Anton didn't get the nod. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to clown. You know, he just didn't get the nod. And that's okay, brother. That's okay. But if they announce this tournament, what do you think the rest of the people at 140 is going to do? They want to jockey for position. How can I get on that card? Hopefully somebody gets injured. Hopefully Africa just says, I don't want to do it and get
That's
stripped.
exactly what could happen. Somebody could get hurt. Somebody could win and be hurt. And somebody could win and get hurt.
Somebody else.
Alan Ghost Dog Green wasn't an original participant. He was an alternate because somebody got hurt. And then he got in there with Mikhail Kessler and got slept bad. And salute to Alan Green. That's my guy.
But you need, like you said, you do need the tournament to avoid the ducking.
Yes.
You do need the tournament.
You need that tournament, man. We get that tournament, bro.
We need that.
You get
Now,
that tournament. You got.
If they announce, I'm sorry to cut you off, brother. If they announce the tournament, right? And let's say Africa says, I don't want to deal with that. Take his belt.
He should be stripped.
Yeah, you in the dark. Yep. Your ass is in the dark.
And then whoever's fighting on that or I won't say tax bracket. Whoever's fighting that, you take his belt, you throw it up in the air, then you bring in who's next up over there? This guy named Delgado. It's only right because he's ranked in the IBF.
Yep.
You throw him in there.
Yep.
Right? Versus I don't know, Gary Anton. Or
Yep.
Keisha.
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. You put the belt up, right? Richardson says, I don't want to participate. You strip him. Then you put Lindolfo Delgado in there with Keyshawn to give Keyshawn and Delgado an opportunity to fight for the IBF.
Correct. I
I
agree.
understand that part. Yeah, I understand that.
Because not that anybody knows, nobody really knows Delgado, but he's ranked number 1. So give him opportunity.
That's like a reverse method of freezing, like how fighters freeze people out or whatever. That's like, okay, the promoter's like, okay, you don't want to fight, then we gonna freeze. You gonna all right, go there, do your own thing. Then give me your belt. Your belt is vacant. You don't want to participate. You got everybody. You got the majority of the 140 people want to fight. Everybody signed up for the contract. You don't want to. Okay, we ain't about to play hopscotch and all these games with you. Give me your belt is stripped, sir. Go on here, go on about your business. I like that. You ain't trying to get with the program. Go move up, or Debo lurking around the corner. Go, he up there.
Now you see how this conversation is going.
But even Drew, I want to be easy. My bad, Drew.
This is how easy boxing is supposed to be. All
see,
of this
like I
is ridiculous.
I like to see Dolph Smith and Gary. That'd be cool too. Like I say, anybody with this matchup, bro, it's cool. And Keyshawn can fight little pit bull. You know what I'm saying? Something.
Matchups are stellar to me, man.
Yeah.
All of it. And plus, like I said, this is not an entire card. If you start putting Frank Martin on the card, and if Richardson Hitchens, chooses to participate, he could fight Keyshawn, and I mean, come on, bro.
Flames all over the card.
I'm paying for it, bro.
Yep.
I'm paying for it, man. Dead ass, I'm paying for it. But
boxing need that, bro. Boxing need this. I ain't gonna lie.
I want boxing to put me in a position where I'm literally saying, all right, man, go ahead, take my money, bro.
Yeah. That card will fill up the year.
Yes. And here's the deal.
There'll be a good fight.
If you have a favorite fighter in the tournament and he don't win, you can still have bragging rights. Say, yo, look, my guy participated. Ain't nobody talking bad about the people that lost to the Super 6.
Nope.
That was the best of the best in the division. There's people that were in the 168 that weren't even invited. You talk bad about them. You feel me? You talk bad about them. Thomas from the Bronx, my bro, what's good? You're on mute, bro.
Boricua. You gotta speak Spanish to him, Drew. I got you.
Hey, yo, Drew.
Yo, what up?
Yeah, I was actually gonna probably add like another idea to the tournament. I was gonna say, let's just say like if fighters do end up pulling out, fighters before that fighter that was like ranked under fighters that are, let's just say like a top 10 contender, they should fill in for that fighter. So therefore that can give other guys opportunities that are not being like, talked about, that are coming up for a title. So like, if you have something like that where, it's already set up, as like a bracket, you can have like wild card fights where fighters can kind of like chip in, to be, put into the tournament. And then it can be kind of set up like an NCAA bracket type of thing with like a losers and maybe like a winners, type of bracket.
That's
right, just in case something go wrong. Yeah. Go and fill his spot in. Go and fill him in.
That'd be like the premiums matches and shit. Isn't it?
Oh, he hurt. Okay, next guy up. Go and fill him in.
Yeah.
Dude gotta be ready though. They gotta be, they gotta be ready for the call. That's it.
Thomas, go ahead, Thomas.
What's good, everybody, man? Salute to everybody, man. Thank you, Drew, for having me up here. But you see, one of the problems.
Yeah, thank you, Drew.
One of the problems we have with doing the tournament, which is great. I love to have a tournament, is that you have fighters for the PBC that don't fight. They fight like once a year. All I hear is how good Gary Antoine Russell is, but he fights like once a year. Look at his fights once per year, and his next fight is not an easy fight. He's fighting that Japanese dude. I think he's half black, half.
Girl,
black.
what you doing?
What?
He talking to his baby.
He talking to his baby.
He's like
my bad. Yeah, I talk. Yeah,
he's pretty good. He could lose to him. Pitbull has been well protected. Hitchens. We already know about Hitchens. Like, I think he's very talented, but he doesn't. He's not fighting anybody. And then you got the biggest problem. Keyshawn and Shakur are not going to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? So like, we have so much talent at 140. You even have guys coming up that are good on the mic. They talk good. I don't think they're that good. Like Ernesto Mercado, he's really good talking it. But and he knocks guys out, but he hasn't beaten anybody. You know, so that's the major problem. These PBC fighters, are they going to go along with, you know, what the ring may want to do and what Turkey want to do and try to do this tournament? That's one of the biggest problems.
Well, if there's a contract, they have to go through with it.
But how are you going to present that contract to these guys? These guys don't fight. The PBC does not. You know, they don't.
Like I said, it's a mythical. But if they
Tommy, this is just imaginary.
If they agree and say, listen, we're gonna fight in this tournament, and they go and Al Heyman gives them the okay to go do it.
I got the solution, y'all. PBC fighters fight with Turkey Al Sheik, and they fight on other cards. So because they're a part of PBC, that don't mean they can't get on this card. They might not be fighting on a PBC card or event, but they can fight somewhere else. And salute to my brother TD, my brother Thomas from the
They do all the time.
No, of course they go, but they have to agree to it. But they're hard to deal with. Because if that was the case, Antoine and Gary Russell would be fighting more.
Yeah, nobody want to fight him. That's just it.
Yeah, you know,
he's been calling out guys right.
This
to
is
left,
why.
not
This
saying
is why
no
I
name.
say this is hypothetical, because that's the annoying part. And suddenly, PBC has turned the fucking top rank 10 years ago. You see what I just said?
Yeah.
Suddenly, now we're looking at the PBC like how we used to look at top rank. You see?
And Matchroom has done a little bit of that too. Because that's why I mentioned Mercado. Mercado, they've been protecting Mercado.
Yeah, Stormy made a good point. Well, I don't hear nothing. I used to hear Al Heyman name a lot back in the day. You know, about 4 or 5 years ago, the fighters were shouting out, "Shout out to Al Heyman! Shout out to Al Heyman!" Come on, my dog.
They're making a lot of money with minimum work. Yeah, that's annoying as hell. You know, so you maximize your dollar with Al. But how many of your contemporaries did you fight? So he's showing you how to get bread, but I'm looking at your resume and it doesn't match. So if Gary Antoine's a victim of that, he need to voice up, yo, I want all the smoke, but due to contractual purposes, the contracts, I'm tied up and it's saving y'all ass because I'll fuck y'all up. But Gary needs to be boisterous about it and say, hey man, I got to get out of this. I got to get out of this. He has to get out of this. Do I think he's a good fighter? Yeah, he talk a lot, get on my nerves. But all I'm saying is that you could talk all you want, but if you're backing up in the ring, what the fuck am I gonna do? If you're backing it up, that's all I want you to do is back it up. So how do we get these fights to happen? The fighters have to be the ones to step up. If Turkey says, hey, look, man, if he goes to Al Heyman and says, look, man, we got money for these guys, we want to put on these events. All right, it's beneficial for them, definitely. Resume-wise, money-wise, and we will make it lucrative for you business-wise. Can you let your guys go? If Al says no, if the PBC says no, then we know what time it is. We know what time it is, man.
Duck City.
But Al is supposed to be an advisor, right? He's supposed to advise his guys, go maximize your dollar. He did that for Prince Charles Martin versus Anthony Joshua. He said, man, Eddie's about to pay you $8 million. I can't tell you to stay here and make $2 million fighting Deontay with the potential of getting your head knocked off. You understand? I got to tell you, I got to advise you to maximize your dollar. Sent his ass over there and had him, y'all heard when he was on the show, had him sparring on fight week against giant African dudes. I'm pretty sure Martin Bacoli was one of them. Bust up his ribs. And that was the end of that. Red Lipstick 5, salute, Queen. I see you. You know, and that was the end of that. You know, he pretty much, you know, got his bread, but lost the belt. And AJ had 3 belts over there, and it was a nightmare. You know, but Al's an advisor. So what advice is he giving Gary Antoine? What advice? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's ridiculous, and these fighters need to step up. Okay, do I want to be over here fighting once a year? Because I'm telling you, a lot of you could probably blame the Puello loss on inactivity. You could probably blame that. Probably.
Yeah, that's true. But Drew, but there's nobody truthfully knocking down his door saying we want to fight him.
Okay, well,
you better come down to somebody else, though.
Well, right. With that being said,
so he's now
talking. What is he doing?
Doors to see if he can fight
okay,
somebody.
So there's other, but Delano, there's other champions. Has he voiced out? Yeah, I want to fight the other champions. Has he said anything? What was his when he just saw what Shakur and Keyshawn did? Did he call them out saying y'all bust their ass? Did he say that? Because I don't know. Did he say that?
Well, we haven't heard him say that yet, but he's
all right. Well, it's Tuesday.
He said he wants everybody. He wants all the
okay,
smoke.
well, put a name on it, brother. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. The fight happens Saturday. He has options.
You
Like I
know
said-
who he wants. You know who he wants.
Gary
I'm
Antoine need
not
to
gonna
go.
say his name out of respect that you said leave him out of it.
Well,
He
watch
wants
this.
him.
How can I believe what you say when I see what you do?
But I'd agree. Okay, he's at 147 is 147. Let's deal with 140.
We
Shakur
are.
just won. Let him deal with Shakur. That's a good fight.
Okay,
right
well,
there.
it's Tuesday. Did he get on Twitter saying, yo, let's run it? Did he say that? After I take care of my business, Shakur, you up next. After I take care of my business,
let him
Keyshawn,
take
you
care
up.
of his business. We'll see.
Was Gary at the fights?
No.
No.
And I like seeing fights. I love seeing all them fighters at the fights.
Yeah.
They say he in training camp, if anything, bro. So he probably watching at home.
Whoa. Hold on.
You
Wait
hear
a
me?
minute. Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. I'm bugging. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Drew, I'm gonna say something while we waiting. I'm gonna say something. Gary Antoine just need to go to Earl Spence round if you're looking for belts, bro. Just knock on everybody though, because y'all say he's not that voiceless, but that's what he need to be, voiceless, bro.
Well, he's calling out a guy, but he's calling them out.
Man, that boy T.O. said, I'm not coming back, bro. Like, what's going on?
Isn't Frank Martin now at 142 now? He's looking for
Yeah,
smoke.
140.
That's another guy you could get, right?
But they're all in
guys-
PBC, and none of them are calling Gary's name.
You
They're
know
not
what's
even
crazy
calling
right
Gary.
now?
They're not calling
Who's the
Mr. Gary
WBO
Russell's name.
Who's the WBO champion right now?
Shakur.
Who's the number one contender to Shakur right now?
I think Keyshawn about to be.
It is
Keyshawn, eh?
It is Keyshawn. That's the problem. These guys are never going to fight each other. These guys, Shakur wants to be like the LeBron of boxing, want to be friends with everybody. You know
I'm
what I'm
about to say his name.
But
Debo around the corner.
They're not trying to beat each other. They'd rather be friendly.
I hear the bike squeaking.
And Thomas, funny as hell. Hey, Thomas, we get all of that. That's why we just speaking like it's all imaginary, bro.
I hear the bike squeaking.
Look at dude.
But
We
it's
just taking it as if they all
because
Tuck your
these guys are
chain.
good. And it's like, we got a guy like that's what we have this weekend because we finally got a real champion. And I like Hitchens, but it's hard to defend the guy. It really is. Like his first title defense against Kambosos. Like why? Nobody asked for that. And then the second one against Duarte. Why?
No,
like it's a joke, bro. And then you got a WBA champion in Russell, like that he's not fighting. And I don't know what the situation is. I believe he does want to fight. I don't want to question, a guy,
but hold on.
that
Can I ask
doesn't
you
want to fight or
something?
not. But
Hitchison and Shakur, Keyshawn, they're not PBC fighters, and they haven't really. I mean, if you take the Lopez fight away from Shakur, who has he really fought? You understand? So they're doing it over there too in some way.
Oh. Ooh, don't say that. Hold up. We gotta don't say that.
Oh, yeah, come on. Look at it.
Oh,
look at it.
Don't look at the resume. Just put the resume, put it under the bed. You know what I'm saying? Put it under the bed.
They're doing the same thing a little bit over there too. If it wasn't for that,
and then gonna bring up Conor Ben, bro. That blew me, dog. That blew me. I'm sorry. Conor Ben came out of nowhere, dog. Motherfucker wasn't even talking about.
Listen, at the end of the day, with Conor Ben, bro, he's fighting Broly in May. Turkey said it on. He didn't try to say it on camera, but he said it, bro. That's they fighting in May, probably May 2nd or 4th or something like that.
Turkey and Rolly.
Nah, Rolly and Conor Ben.
Turkey, Rolly, yeah, my bad. I'm saying Turkey and Rolly, my bad.
Yeah.
See, that's how irrelevant this dude was. This man, he might as well be fighting Turkey. This dude wasn't 140.
Bro, like I said, Conor Ben just a UK distraction, bro. At the end of the day, he's like a Dillian White.
Yeah,
throw him in the ring right quick. Throw him in the mix.
Don't get me wrong, bro. He fight like a little crackhead, bro. He can throw hands. I ain't gonna lie.
I was bugging because I had got a notification for Trill, and it was a short. I thought he was about to go live because I know he been telling everybody about Teofimo Lopez for a while, like it's a fake over. Matter of fact, I think he's the first person to say that. So he had just uploaded a short. I thought he was about to go live. I was like, whoa.
Shout out Black. Yeah, hey, he making little rumbles. I seen the short. He made another short too. I seen him. Boy, this what boxing need. That's what I'm saying. They need to go ahead and get this tournament cracking, bro. They playing, bro. They playing, bro. They need to come to the page, see what this man Drew Titan is putting up on out here. Make the tournament, man. No excuses. You don't want the tournament? Give me a belt.
Now,
Play like that.
Facts. We gotta hold the L. He said we gotta hold the L for allowing Kyler Ben to be relevant. We gotta hold the L for allowing him to come up in here looking like Cisco with a Hulk forehead.
No, man, I felt it's bad disrespectful, man. He been getting on my case about New York holding the L for a lot of different things.
Now, we had hair problems. All right, first of all, I'm losing mine. Second of all, we got Conor Ben with the thong song, and then you got Jarrell Miller with that dust mop on his head. What the hell was going on this weekend?
I don't know what these dudes doing. I mean, this weekend, it was fire, though. This weekend, Ashton, everything. You got everything you wanted, you heard me? You got drama outside the ring, you heard me? Tigger had got whooped,
hold on. Wait a minute. I got another thing I want to mention to y'all. Why is no one getting on Rolly?
Yeah, what was Rolly at? Rolly should have been at the fights, too.
He was
He
there.
was, like I said, he was.
Oh, he was there.
That's why I said him and Conor Ben fighting May, bro. Like, Rolly the number one duck artist. Rolly don't care about nothing because he believe in Jesus Christ.
I ain't see Rolly do no interview, nothing. I ain't see nothing from Rolly.
But he wasn't talking about nothing, bro.
You didn't see Conor Ben touchy, grabbing, and feeling like that was mad weird, man. Rolly's
because they drunk.
Conor
was drunk, bro.
Everybody, bro.
What the fuck you talking about?
That might be the next fight, Rolly and Conor Ben. That might be.
Bro, y'all not listening to me. They fighting in May, bro. Listen to me. It's Stephen L.
That might be the next fight.
No, ain't no maybe. In May 2nd or 4th. They already got the dates in there, bro. Okay. Yeah, bro. Like Turkey said I was on camera on accident, bro.
Oh goodness.
Yeah,
Shakur gonna go up there after his biggest fight, bro. Call out somebody he know he ain't about to fight, bro.
Like I said,
Shakur. Get it, bro. That hurt me, bro. We gotta get on this main head, Drew. We gotta get on this main head. This man was supposed to call out Devin, bro. I'm sorry, bro. That's what we was waiting for, bro. That's what we was waiting. Conor came out of nowhere.
I went, bro.
Only motherfucker that did it all wrong. It happened on Friday. He got beat up by a bunch of high school kids, bro.
Yeah, 16s and 15s.
Pack him out.
Like I said, shout out to my little homie in the black and white jacket, the side piece of him with the double.
He came from the side. That was a sucker move, bro. Yeah, shout out.
Oh man.
Yo, I gotta pack this up.
That should have been 1D. They should have shot the fair one. That guy came from the side. That was a sucker move. I ain't.
At 16, hey, shout out to the dude in the black and white, Tommy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that was a sucker move.
Hey, he's 16. He got to move active at 16, bro. He a little man. He a little kid.
Man, bro.
Nah, hey, I do even better, Thomas. If he was in Wisconsin, bro, it'd have been worse. I'll tell you that.
I tell you what, the worst. You don't want to be on the floor when people jump. When there's a gang fight, when the group fight, not a gang. When you group fight, you don't want to be on the ground.
That's all I'm saying.
He got washed by some high school students, and then the next video I saw, he in the fetal position by the back door of the garden. I was
on the ground.
Oh, bro.
On.
And why would you go?
All right, because I keep talking, bro. I'm out of here.
Yo, man. No. Out of here. The general's coming on. Man, salute y'all. It was a fun show. All I want to do.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, Drew.
Thank you. All right, peace to everybody.
I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow on the same. Because it's gonna be about Tank tomorrow. No bullshit. I just want to know what y'all want to see him do if he beats his case. But
beat his case.
Yeah. But shout out to Tio though.
Yourself time to reflect and appreciate how well you've done so far in your career?
No, not at all. I hate myself for it, but it's part of it. It's just part of the life.
Or appreciate it as well.
I don't appreciate it. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I think that I get butchered, and I think God punishes me a lot for it. So I'm just a punching bag.
Oh my, hold on.
Stop.
My son said he's not.
Shit.
Hold that.
Yo,
all right, Drew, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.
Sir.
All right.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.